Hello everyone and welcome back to another very exciting chess game from the history of chess from 1967 Puerto Rico. So in this chess game we have Nicolas Rossolimo with the white pieces. He was a Russian-born chess player and then later in 1952 he emigrated to the United States and won the 1955 United States Open Chess Championship. So he was also known as the true artist of chess. And we also know the Rossolimo variation of the Sicilian defense, which was named after him. So a very strong chess player who played some incredibly beautiful chess games, and this was one of them, and his opponent was a Puerto Rican chess master, Paul Reissmann. So let's see what happened quickly. Rossolimo starts the game with e4, and we have basically the Italian game and c3, basically preparing to play d4. So knight to f6, d4, e takes on d4, c takes on d4, bishop check, and then bishop to d2, and bishop takes on d2. And you might ask what happens if knight takes on e4, then capturing the bishop, and after knight takes, queen to b3, both attacks the knight, and then the f-pawn at the same time. So black must play d5, queen takes knight, pawn takes, castling, and the position is for about equal. So we have bishop to d2, bishop takes, and knight takes, also defending the e-pawn, pushing the pawn, takes, opening the position, and then queen to b3, so defending the knight, and white castled, c6, pinning the knight, black castled, a4, b6, knight to e5. Now we see knight takes on c6 is possible, and then knight takes and bishop takes. So developing the bishop, a5, and the b-pawn is pinned, expanding from the queen side, rook over, knight to e5, knight to e4. So activating the passive knight and getting closer to the king to make some trouble. Queen to c7, and squeezing, bishop back, queen to h3, bishop to d3, and knight to g5 is going to be a problem how to defend. So attacking the aggressor, attacking the knight, and then defending the knight from e to d5, and then rook lift and bringing the big guns out. So rook over is possible, so knight back. Black might thought that he needs his knight back as it defends on g7 against rook to g3. But in this position, you might ask what happens if f5, forking, then can you see what happens? Then queen takes knight, of course, knight is pinned. So capturing the knight, queen takes, and white is better because this knight is pinned. So knight back, and then eliminating the defender tactics. Defender elimination tactics and removing the defender of f6, so capturing the bishop check, king moves, and can you see the next move of white? White plays an incredible move. Let me give you a few seconds, and if you want you can also pause the video. So it looks like the knight is under attack. Well, queen to g6, one of the most beautiful queen sacrifices ever. So we have queen to c2. Well, actually, if capturing the queen, which is very simple, let me show you what happens if capturing the queen, then rook to h3 is going to be checkmate. It's that simple. So this is going to crack open the king. And what happens if capturing the other way, then knight takes on g6, and this cracks open the king, rook to h3 is checkmate. What a move. And if we can see that if capturing the knight, then queen takes, and if moving the king, then rook check is going to be a very big problem, and black is losing. So okay, queen to g6 and queen to c2, so indirectly defending the mate threat. And now can you guess the move? Can you find the solution in this problem? Well, actually white played the move and black resigned. Rook to h3, and black resigned as there is no defense against the checkmate threat. Rook takes. So if pawn takes, then rook takes is checkmate. And if queen takes, then knight takes, check. And this pawn is pinned, only move rook takes is going to be checkmate. Now Rossolimo was known as the true artist of chess. He has many chess games like this one, and one of the most creative attackers of all times in the romantic style of chess at the time when the romantic chess was no longer played, but Rossolimo was producing beautiful games. For him, producing beautiful games was more important than getting the W. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Take care and bye bye.